Hello everyone and welcome to Skincare with Hiram. If you don't know who I am, my name's Hiram and I'm passionate about teaching you how to perfect your skincare routine. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and to the notification bell so whoa, I messed up the shoulder shimmy. What is happening? How the hell did I mess up my intro? Actually, you know what? I mess up my intros a lot. This is nothing new. Why am I shocked? Anyway, so that you can see my videos every single week. Welcome to episode 3 of my confidence series where we are taking a journey together to find confidence. Are you following? It's really complicated. If you're new to the series, I'm documenting my own personal journey and identifying the things that are making me feel not so confident, things that could contribute to me not feeling very good about myself, and making an active effort to change them in the hopes that it will not only help my life, but hopefully help yours as well. In the last video I did, I started talking more kindly to myself, and if you want to see that journey, I will have it linked in the description box below because that was, whoa, interesting. A whole new ballgame for me. But in this video, I wanted to address something a little bit different. This is something that I've struggled with for a while that, to be honest, for most of my life, I didn't even realize was the problem. I want to make an effort to take more time for myself. Here's the thing, in the modern world that we're currently living in, there is so much pressure, expectation, an endless amount of demand on us to always be perfect, always working towards something, accomplishing a dream. And honestly, it seems like everywhere you go, this pressure is just constant. I mean, you guys can let me know in the comment section if you feel it as well, but I definitely throughout my entire life have felt this very intense pressure to always be working towards something, grind constantly to be successful. And you might be listening to this and thinking what I would have thought a year ago, Hiram, that doesn't sound that bad. Isn't that what we're supposed to aspire to? Like setting goals and dreams and reaching for success is a good thing, right? Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but it can turn really toxic and not healthy and kind of take over your life. I hope you guys join me in this challenge that I am putting myself to take time for myself by setting boundaries on the amount of time I spend working, stressing, losing sleep, and take time to step away from the pressures of life to focus on mental health and just enjoy living in the moment. So let me tell you guys why I'm doing this, why I feel it's really important that I do it as well as just everyone in general. So for most of my life, I have always put an intense pressure on myself to always be working towards something bigger, to set goals, set dreams, and never stop working to achieve them. And to be honest, this has always been something that I've prided myself on, I've always taken pride in this because I've always been a firm believer in the reality that if you set goals for yourself and you dream big, that you can make anything happen. Throughout my childhood, one of the lessons I'm grateful I learned was hard work. I mean, I grew up on a cattle ranch, baling hay, working on the ranch with horses and cattle. It taught me a lot of very important life lessons, but I only realized recently that I have basically been working my whole life. I started my first business when I was 7 years old. I started learning how to design websites, and from then on out, I was constantly starting businesses, always working on projects. Throughout high school, I worked 2 jobs in addition to the college prep high school I went to, which meant I was getting like 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night. And even when I was in college, I started multiple businesses, working with nonprofits. I was working 3 jobs in addition to school. And then when I dropped out of college, I'd be out working from 4 a.m. in the morning until 1 a.m. and then filming YouTube videos in my free time. And fast forward to now, which if you guys have watched some of the videos on my channel, I've talked about my experience with burnout and just overworking myself. Let me preface this by saying I think I have the best job in the world, like literally the coolest life I could ever imagine. And I am so grateful for that. It's all because of you guys. I am so grateful for it. But the positive experiences don't absolve the reality that I work all the time. And I've noticed how it's really impacted my physical health and my mental health. It's increased depression and anxiety. And over time, where I once thought that working constantly was such a cool thing and that I was building a future for myself and being smart, now my feelings towards it have completely changed, where it's like literally turned into a problem. I've noticed how my constant obsession with work has really impacted friendships. It's impacted my quality of life. It's made me feel at times miserable when I should be happy, and it's sucked a lot of joy out of my life. When I've had opportunities to take time to relax and get some free time, instead, I start more projects. I start piling on more work because I just can't conceptualize a reality in which I'm not working constantly. And that's not good. And I know there are so many people out there who are probably watching this video who are going through the exact same thing, whether it be work or just not feeling like you're able to escape the stressors of life, where you just feel like you don't have time for yourself. That's something a lot of us struggle with. So with that backstory, which I apologize, that was a long backstory. In this video, what I want to do is to put myself up to the challenge of taking time for myself. And here's what that means. For a week, I am going to start work at 7 a.m. And I say 7 a.m. because that's usually when my meetings start. Work until 5 p.m. and then clock out and not do any more work. Right when the clock hits 5 o'clock, I'm going to shut my laptop, disconnect from work, and go do, I don't know, some fun shit. And on top of that, I'm going to take the whole weekend off. So not working at all over the weekend, that's what I'm gonna do. Now that might sound really fucking pathetic. I totally get it. But if you guys only knew, weekends are my time where I get the most amount of work done, where I tend to work more than any other time because I don't have to worry about calls and meetings and all this stuff during the week. That's when I can just work for like 16 hours straight without any interruptions. So for me to take the weekend off, as well as not working on the weeknights, is a really big step for me. I just want 1 week. That's all I want, because the last time I had that was, you know, in middle school. That's how long it's been. Damn. So I'm gonna bring you guys along on this journey. I'm committing to this. So I'm gonna start in 2 days. After that, I'm fully committed and I really wanna make this happen. I hope you guys enjoy this experience. We'll see how this goes. Let's do this, y'all. Okay, guys, don't be mad at me. Okay, so in order to prepare for this week where I'm going to be, well, you guys know the drill by now. I recognize that I am in no way prepared or ready to be this caught up in order to take the evenings off and the weekends off, hence why I've never really done it before. And so because of that, the last few nights I have been working until very, very, very late. Last night I was up working until 4 a.m. and had to wake up at 6:30. And then tonight I broke a record by staying at the office until 2 a.m. working. I feel like this defeats the entire purpose of taking this time off. If I accidentally kill myself from stress and a lack of sleep just to prepare for a week of relaxation, what's the fucking point? And in my noggin, in my brain, I go through the mental cycle I always go through where I'm like, this is why I shouldn't take breaks, I shouldn't take vacations, I shouldn't take times off, because whenever I do, I drive my body into the absolute ground by overworking myself in order to have time to take off. Or when I return back from taking time off, then I'm stressed out of my mind and literally pulling all-nighters just to catch up on work. Tomorrow evening is the very first day that I'm going to be starting this week by taking time for myself. I'm going to be driving out to the far side of the island to stay in this really cute little apartment right by the ocean in order to allow me to disconnect from work. And I'm genuinely very nervous because I fucking know myself, dude. Every single time I try to take a break, I'm just like, okay, I can do this. And then I get a ton of urgent emergency emails needing me to do something, or I'm just so behind that I don't have an option to take a break anymore. And all of a sudden 90% of my free time is spent working. So I really hope I can do this. I think more than anything, I'm just really interested to see at the end of this all if it's gonna be worth it. But I wanna stay positive. I know I can do this. Anyway, so it is 2 a.m. I have to do a little bit more work before I go to sleep. And thankfully my calls don't start until 7 a.m. So I have a little bit of extra sleep time compared to this morning. Okay, I will check in with you guys tomorrow. The first day of a work-life balance. Here we go. Okay, quick interruption to talk about today's video sponsor, BetterHelp. Thank you so much, BetterHelp, for sponsoring me. Let me just start by saying I freaking love BetterHelp. I've been paying for their services for over a year. Therapy has been so transformative in my life for helping me work through a lot of traumas, difficulties, and was critical in helping me move through my struggle with an eating disorder, self-harm. Therapy is bae. Is there something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals? For me, the culprit has constantly been my mental health. It has been a major struggle and has prevented me from feeling happiness and meaning in so many amazing moments. BetterHelp is an awesome online resource and will help you assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can literally start communicating with them within 48 hours. I can log into my account at any time and message my therapist and schedule weekly phone or video conversations with them, which for me is so much better than having to drive and commute to an office. In Hawaii, sessions can be $200 to $300 each, and when I want a weekly session, that is just, oof, that is a lot. BetterHelp is more affordable than traditional counseling, and financial aid options are available. It's professional counseling done securely online. BetterHelp's committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, and you can change your counselor at any point if you're not feeling the vibe. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today. Visit betterhelp.com/Hiram, that's better H-E-L-P, and join the over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. And they're offering a special offer for you guys as well. You can get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/Hiram. Thank you so much, BetterHelp, for being a great resource for me over the last year, for helping so many people with their mental health, and for sponsoring me in this video. All right, on with the rest of the video. Okay, so an update. I just realized the waves are really loud. Sorry, let me close the doors. There we go. I was really looking forward to relaxing this weekend, especially at this beautiful location with the water here, and I was a little disappointed. It's my own fault. No one's fault beyond my own. But for example, yesterday I had to go into the office, and I was there working and filming all the way up until 5 p.m. By the time I got out here, I was stuck in traffic that I missed almost all of the sunset, which kind of sucks because the sunset is beautiful on this side, but I was like, you know what, it's okay. I could just spend the night relaxing. But I ended up working until 3 a.m. Yeah. And I'm pretty frustrated because I feel like I wasted this really amazing opportunity to be at this beautiful location. I mean, I've literally been planning this for weeks and it just kind of got soured by work. I'm not totally complaining though, because listening to the waves as I was working the whole night was like amazing. Beautiful experience. I definitely love that. But then even this morning I had to wake up at 7 a.m. to do more work, and that's what I've been doing the whole time, and I'm actually checking out of this place in like 20 minutes and I didn't even get to go to the beach, bro. And for me, I'm going through the mental cycle that I go through every single time I try and take time off for myself, where I'm like, why did I do this? I should have just worked the whole time. Then I would have been spared the disappointment of trying to take time off, but then not being able to. And I don't want to sound like I'm complaining because like, look, I'm by the ocean. Like I got to listen to the waves all night, the sound of the water. I saw like 10 minutes of the sunset last night. So I don't want to complain because that is amazing. I could be cooped up in a corporate office and be hating my life. And let me know if you guys have experienced this as well, because I would really love some advice. Every single time I try and take time for myself, disconnect mentally from work, I end up regretting it in the long run because it pushes me behind in work so drastically that the stress and anxiety I have trying to catch up with that work makes my life so much more miserable than had I not tried to take a break at all. Like I honestly prefer the days where I was working 6 a.m. until midnight to this, because then there at least wouldn't be any guilt. I wouldn't feel like I was wasting any opportunities, and I wouldn't be beating myself up like I am right now. And I really would love some advice from you guys, because I know this is a common experience. Like I know a few people in my life who, you know, struggle with working all the time. And in moments like this, I kind of step back and I'm like, Hiram, is this an addiction? Like, are you addicted to work? Like actually, is it a problem? And I don't think it necessarily is, because I don't want to be working until 3 a.m. Like I don't desire to do that. That's not what I'm craving. But when I have so many people relying on me to get work done in time, to finish things, and when I'm already running behind in everything, it's not even necessarily about just letting people down. It's me not wanting to get behind in posting for you guys, burning business opportunities that inevitably support me and support my entire team. And just the pressure is really, really intense. And I'm sorry, I am a little bit in my feels right now because I'm, first of all, really underslept. And just because I was really, really looking forward to this and really wanted to commit to this for you guys, and I feel like I failed. More than anything, I feel guilty for like letting you guys down in this video because I feel like I've already failed and we're literally like, what, 3 days in? And you know, feeling like I kind of just wasted this and that it would have been better had I not tried this at all, but I haven't given up yet. After this, I am going to be spending some time at the beach with my friends. I am still very behind in work, but I managed to be able to say, you know what? I'm not going to be able to finish this work in time, even though it's already very late. I'm going to push that until later tonight, do it then, and just try and take part of the day to actually relax for the next like 6 hours. Well, not 6 hours. I have one more thing to do before I can disconnect, but I'm just going to try as hard as I can not to think about work and just go with the flow. If there's one thing I'm good at, it is blocking things out of my mind and pretending like they don't exist, which is not healthy in the long run, but it's better than me being stressed and anxious at the beach, so we're gonna do it. Anyway, overall thoughts so far, this place was beautiful. I'm really glad I got to stay here and see 2 of the sunsets. Really, really nice, and listen to the waves. That was beautiful. But you know, this was a learning experience, and we'll see if I, you know, would be able to do this in the future. I don't know. Sorry I'm so low energy. The lack of sleep and, you know, the frustration do not mix well. But I'll check in with you guys at the beach. Okay, so it's been a little bit since I filmed an update on what this past week has looked like in terms of balancing work and my life and trying not to overwork myself. And I'd say today was a pretty good day. I'm currently in Los Angeles and I spent the day in Malibu. I was doing a photo shoot for a really exciting campaign that I'm super stoked about with a company that I really respect and love. It was a fashion photo shoot, and I'm not really sure if I mentioned this on my channel before, but photo shoots are my hell. And not necessarily because the experience isn't fun, because it is a really cool experience, but for my personal self-confidence and mental health, they tend to be really, really difficult. As y'all know, I am not the most secure when it comes to how I look and my body, and photo shoots are always a really vulnerable moment for me. Whenever I'm doing them, I feel very insecure. Most of the time in the past, anytime I would do a photo shoot, I would leave it feeling very critical of myself, heavily triggered to relapse into my eating disorder, super focused on the way I look. For a long time, it's just not really ever been a positive experience. But today, even though yes, I was very uncomfortable in the moment and I was hyper anxious about how I looked and how I was performing during the photo shoot, halfway through I was like, you know what, Hiram, just leave those insecurities behind, focus on having fun. And this photo shoot was wild because I was doing handstands, jumping, climbing trees. It was super active and I was like drenched in sweat the whole time. But I would say today is the first day in a while that I was actually able to not be doing so much work that it completely took away from the day. I flew into LA last night at about 1 a.m. and I proceeded to edit until 4 a.m. Not the most work-life balance, I know. I'm really not doing good at this challenge, but I made up for it by not only sleeping in this morning. After I came home and napped, caught up a little bit on my sleep, and then I just went to dinner. And afterwards, my assistant Maddie and I went on scooters around Santa Monica and just scootered everywhere for like an hour straight. It was so much fun. We had a blast. If you guys have those electric scooters in your city, I highly recommend checking them out. They're so much fun. We had a really good time. And now, even though I do have some work to do, I'm really wanting to use this moment to not think about work because today was a little bit of an exhausting day. So I'm actually just gonna chill and watch a movie, fully relax as much as I can before I have to leave for my flight tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. So status update. Has it been a few days of just pure bliss? Not having to even think about work outside of my work time frame? No, but as I'm coming to realize in filming this video, I don't know if that reality is possible for me yet. However, in moments where I could have been obsessing and thinking about work and really stressing out, I chose to have a more open mind to relaxation and put whatever is not absolutely necessary to do right now off, and instead prioritize having some free time after, you know, what I would consider to be a successful day. So I am feeling good. I think today was really fun, and I'm excited for you guys to see the campaign that I've been working on. I'm in this gorgeous hotel. It is the cutest hotel, and they even like wrote out a whole note for me when I checked in and gave me a free bottle of wine. So I'm gonna do a face mask tonight while watching a movie and drinking a bottle of wine and living my ultimate white woman fantasy. Look at me, I'm just slowly descending into more and more of a stereotypical millennial lifestyle. Here we go. Good night, everyone. Okay, so it is 10:30 at night. I realize that at this late at night I should not be filming, but I gotta film this video for y'all. The video goes up tomorrow, so duty calls. So I finished my week of taking time for myself, and I have had a good amount of reflection time. Kind of looking back and truthfully seeing the failure that was this week and how badly I did at actually taking time off every day. I'll be honest, the last few days of the week, I did stay up very late working on some projects. There were some surprise responsibilities that I needed to take care of that were not foreseen. And in situations like that, you just gotta do what you gotta do, you know? So I was able to have a conversation with my therapist about kind of my obsession with work and how unhealthy it's gotten. And he provided a lot of insight on how I tend to trap myself in a mentality of fear, the fear of not working, the fear of not accomplishing things, because I heavily see my own value through that scope, and that even if I'm fully spending my time trying to build opportunities and build a future for myself, that if I become so focused on that, I'll never experience what life is all about, which is freedom. Freedom from stress, freedom from the clock, freedom from responsibilities, and that the longer I follow this cycle of just endless work, the less likely I will be to feel mentally free, and like all the work I've been doing has been worth it, which really got me thinking. That's the benefit of therapy, y'all. It just opens your mind to concepts that you never even considered before. But after filming this video and looking back, initially I felt really down about it. I was actually talking to Mia on my team about it, and I was like, ugh, I failed. I can't even commit to a normal work week. Why did I even try to do this in the first place? I should just be working all day. And she helped to provide a lot of perspective. I originally wasn't even wanting to post this video, but she told me to anyway, because she was like, look, Hiram, it's okay if you weren't able to commit to this challenge. That's completely fine. And maybe at this point in your life, it's unrealistic to expect that you are able to take that amount of time off. But that doesn't discount the fact that you tried, and that doesn't mean that you shouldn't try to at least free up some time in your schedule moving forward. And maybe it would be better moving forward to just find at least like 1 hour or 2 hours per day where you can disconnect from work and just focus on those baby steps rather than trying to make a commitment this big. And she provided me a lot of perspective, because I think when it comes to anything in life, whether it be taking time off of work or mental health challenges, trying to improve your diet, whatever it may be, a lot of us, me specifically included, tend to have an all or nothing attitude and want to make a change in our life so badly that we try and make a dramatic change all at once that might not be realistic or doable in the moment and feel like a failure afterwards, but that's not the point. The point is making steps to be better no matter what that looks like. And she helped me realize that even though at this point in my life it's not realistic for me to take that much time off every day, that I shouldn't give up and that I shouldn't stop trying, and that just making small changes can make a really big impact. And I thought that was really insightful, because I am definitely the type of person who is like all or nothing, success or failure when it comes to the way I view myself, but that's just not a healthy mentality, and that really applies for everything. And rather than abandoning this video and feeling like I failed, I am at least proud of the fact that I tried, that it's a work in progress, and I think it showed me a lot of the things in my life that need to be changed or improved in order to allow me to have that proper time to relax. When I look back on this last week, even though it felt like a failure, I realized that, on Saturday I got to spend half of the day at the beach, completely mentally disconnecting from work, spending time with friends, watching the sunset. I got to have fun moments like scootering around LA. Those little moments are the ones that count. And if there's anything I've learned about self-improvement, it's that in order to improve, you need to focus on the positive and not hyperfixate on the negative. And even though I felt discouraged, what I'm going to commit to after this is trying to find pockets of time during my day, no matter how small it is, to really just focus on taking time for myself, disconnecting from work, putting away my phone, and just vibe, man. I think it's important that all of us take time away from our stressors in life and create memories from moments that are fully spent in the moment and just give our brains a break, bro. Like, all of us go through a lot and need to find that time to just really stop stressing. And it's not something that can be changed overnight. It's not even something that can be changed over the course of a week. We should still make an effort to improve, and that is something that I'm going to continue committing to even when I feel like I failed. And I hope that by you watching this, you will also commit to taking time for yourself. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey, even though it was a little chaotic and maybe it seemed like a simple challenge, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that more than anything you guys know the importance of giving your mind a break. If you guys like videos like this, then comment down below with a challenge you think I should do, and make sure you subscribe to my podcast Just a Position, because I talk about all kinds of topics regarding mental health, personal journeys, and experiences with some of your favorite creators. I'll have it linked down below. And if you guys haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel and to the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week, and I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah!